Hello everybody, this is Gigi from Vegas Virality. Want to know how you can win a jumbo-sized pillow pet just like this one? Stick around to the end of the video to find out. So what are the best weapon stats for each character trait? Let's head to Charge's account to find out.
Hello everyone, this is Billy, aka Charge of Vegas Virality, coming to you with another edition of The Walking Dead Road to Survival. In today's episode, I would like to go over the Armory with you. The Armory is a very important aspect to The Walking Dead Road to Survival if you are looking to be the top of the top in your particular region. In my region, Forsyth, I am ranked around 270, 271 right now. I have 24,000 rep, but I am nowhere near the top in my region. In my region, as you can see, the top of the top guys here, they have a lot more reputation than I do, and a big part of that is their usage of the Armory. And I'm going to go over how some of these top of the top players have the type of teams that they have, some of the things that they do. If you've ever been on a raid and you attack somebody and you just don't know what's going on, I'm going to show you maybe what's going on. So if you look here in my Armory, I am 14 hours or so away from finishing my Kenny's Violent Rifle upgrade. It is my first attempt at a specialty stat, level 3. I've added an additional item to make it critical. I'm going to go over all of that in 1 second. So I'll put the rest of that up in 14 hours or so, but I just wanted to go over this first, and then I'll show you the results when it is actually done. So let me pull up this spreadsheet here. Petropol actually put this together. Let me get his name on here, and I'll put a link to this particular spreadsheet in the section below so you guys can peruse it at your own leisure, try to get a little bit more information out of it. So I want to go over something really quickly. For each one of these different categories, Defender, Raider, Slayer, Supporter, all of that, there's two options when you actually do this. You can either get the normal weapon trait or you can get the critical weapon trait. Now, if you've experimented with the Armory before, you know that what makes the difference is an item. You add an item that increases your critical chance. It's not saying that there's never a chance that it'll be critical without using this optional item. It just means that the probability is very, very low. So normal, this is if you just have all of the items to upgrade your particular weapon and you are just unlucky enough to not get the critical bonus, either if you add the optional item or you don't. Because even if you add the optional item to getting that critical bonus, there's no guarantee that it's going to happen. It just brings it up to like maybe a 35% chance that it's going to happen versus a very, very, very small chance that it might happen. So yeah, in this particular video, I'm going to go ahead and look at only the critical side. And I'm also going to skip down to level 3 of each one of these categories. So we're going to start by looking at Defender, level 3 critical, and I'm going to show you guys for each of these different traits what the best of the best for each one is going to be. Now, I'm going to go through this a little quick. If you are interested in taking your time and going through it a little bit more in depth, coming up with your own team designs and strategies, that's fine. I'm just going to show you what I've seen some of the top players do and what really works for them, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I would want to do with my team. So looking at yellow, the biggest thing for yellow is under Defender, level 3, and it has to be critical. It's going to be one of these two on the bottom. It's going to be the trait one. This is absolute defense. When taking damage, a better chance to reduce that damage to 0. That is a very, very important trait to have. It is a big specialty if you have one of those shield Michonnes. It can be kind of annoying to kill her, especially if there's another shield and they're swapping back and forth and you can't really load up your adrenaline rush in time. Having an absolute defense technique could be a pain in the butt. If you have a team of all 5 of these on defense, with all 5 of their weapons having absolute defense, that would be a very annoying defense to try to overcome. So, hey, ideas for future defensive teams if you have good yellow characters. So I'm going to go ahead and skip over to my strong characters, the green guys now. There are 2 traits that I would like to look at, 2 specialty traits. Again, we're going to go to level 3 critical for both of these. I will show you the ones that I think would be the most useful. And the first one is going to be on Slayer, level 3, Stun. When attacking, a better chance to stun an enemy for 2 turns. If you have a 5 green team, and you have all of them having a stun weapon, and you just start attacking, you could stun a guy, and as soon as you do, you just move on to the next guy, try to stun him, move on to the next guy, etc., etc. That gives you time for building up your ARs. It gives you less of their attacks coming back at you, and it gives you time to really set up your strategy. So in a player versus player type of scenario, that could be really, really useful. The other one is supporter level 3, and this one is teammate reviving. So supporter level 3 with that critical bonus, you have a chance of getting any one of these 3 in this right column. So you don't get to pick. That's the unfortunate part. You're not sure which one you're going to get. So when you're picking your particular specialty stat, make sure that you're doing it in a column that you don't mind getting any of them, that you'll be okay with it, or you'd have to have a lot of items, because the items that you need to do this are kind of rare. But yeah, teammate reviving when killing an enemy. So a better chance to heal a guy or revive a guy with 40% of their health and slap on 100% defense to it as well. Very useful in those close raids. So again, if you want, you can imagine having an all green team with all of these revival weapons, and they are all revival characters. If you've been in some of the higher levels, of raiding, and you're attacking some of those guys who have multiple revival characters, you know how pesky that can be. Well, imagine if any one of them was a threat to be a revival character. That really changes the dynamic a little bit. So we're going to take a look at red real quick here. So for red, I don't really like any of these particular stats except for one that I think is amazing, and I'm going to show you that one. It's the best of the best. I mean, none of them are really bad, but there's only one, in my opinion, that is really worth it, and that is under Defender. It's Defender Critical Level 3. The trait is called Stun. When taking damage, a better chance to stun the enemy for 2 turns. So this one is also really good. So when you get up to the top levels like I'm at, I've seen a lot of characters run teams like this where they have a bunch of reds, and normally that would be really good for me because I have a mostly blue team. But when all of those red characters are carrying stun guns when you attack, it defeats the purpose. You hit them and then you can't move for 2 turns, and then they can hit you, load up their ARs, and before you know it, the battle's over and you've lost. So those weapons are pretty devastating. Now I'm going to show you the 2 specialty traits that I wouldn't mind getting from my blue characters, starting with the one that I'm actually working on right now, and that is under Defender Critical Level 3. My Town Hall level is only 17. In this game, in any game like it, I am the type of player who I always upgrade everything that I can before I upgrade my Town Hall or my base or whatever it's called in whatever game it is. I always upgrade everything else before I move up to the next level. I don't just try to push it to the max Town Hall level right away, for better or worse. I get that there's definitely advantages to doing that in this game, but it's still just something I've developed over the years playing these types of phone games. Just keeps everything a little more organized for me. So for right now, what I'm trying to get is Defender Level 3 Critical. The one that I would really want is Impair. When taking damage, a better chance to impair the enemy for 3 turns. That could be a huge bonus for me. The other 2 different specialties that I could get, the critical specialties, if I do get that critical bonus on my specialty skill, neither one of them I would be upset with, but neither one of them would be what I'm actually shooting for. So the bonus defense or the attack down, they'd both help my guys survive a little longer, which could be the difference between a win and a loss. The other one is on, well, it's not on Raider, sorry, it's on Slayer. Slayer Level 3 Critical. Or is it Supporter? Sorry about that, it's actually on Supporter. Seems like it should be on Raider or Slayer, actually. Impair when attacking, a better chance to impair the enemy for 3 turns. I actually have no idea why this is under Supporter, because that doesn't, I mean, I guess them not attacking you with adrenaline rushes is supporting, but I don't get it, because all the other ones are plus attack to other teammates, random healing, stuff like that. So I apologize for that confusion, but if you think about it, it is actually a little weird why Impair, attacking the other enemy, impairing for 3 turns, would be considered a supporter technique versus an attack technique. Anyway, but yeah, so overall, those are the 2 that I would really like for my blue team, is Impair for blue. For red, it's definitely that stun gun. For green, it's either revival or that stun. And for yellow, it's definitely absolute defense. So those are the top specialty skills in my opinion. Again, I highly recommend, if you guys get a chance, to check out the link below and go ahead and go through this yourself, see what kind of team you can put together, and just work on it and try to make the best team for your particular region. I did want to tell you guys one other thing that I didn't know until recently that can help make your decision. For that, I'm going to go back to my game real quick, and I'm going to show you my leader. I'll just show you my actually attack team, and I'll show you my leader real quick. Now, my leader, Andrea, has a 30% bonus attack. That's her leader skill. So all of my blue characters get a bonus of 30% attack, which is really nice. But if you look at their weapons, every weapon that I have equipped also has a 30% attack. But the way that this game works is it doesn't just add it up. It doesn't just say 30% and 30%, you have a 60% attack. It doesn't work like that. It actually says that because it's a 1.3, so 1 is 100% of your normal attack, the 0.3 is the 30. So it says 1.3 times 1.3, which if you do the math on it, it's actually 1.69. So there's actually a bonus of 9% attack when you start stacking bonuses like this. So when you stack my blue Andrea with the 30% attack with her gun, she actually attacks, instead of 1.6, 60% bonus, she attacks at almost 1.7. So it really is a benefit for you to stack traits and specialties that really work together. So sorry about that. So what I was saying was, if we go back to the other page, you'll see another particular option that we can do to really get the most of our specialty skills. So we'll go back to this spreadsheet, we'll come back over to blue, and I'll show you one last thing before I end the video. For those of you guys who are looking to try to build the best of the best teams. So we'll go straight down to the attack. So this is Raider. So just as a little distinction, Raider, this is for human characters, whether they're, real people out in the world and you're doing raids, or just people in the game, like the NPCs of people. That's best for them. Slayer is definitely the one that is targeted towards the zombie maps. So if you're really looking to build the best of the best zombie team, that'd be the way to go. But anyway, let's just take a look at Raider. So Raider level 3, normal. I really like any one of these techniques. Bonus attack, plus 30, plus 25, plus 30, plus 25. All of these are very useful to me because it's not just a straight 25% bonus. Because remember, as I told you before, it's 1.3 for Andrea's leader skill, 1.3 for her gun, and if her gun also had another specialty of 1.3 again, like for this one right here, 1.3, 30% attack, then it's no longer 1.69. It just keeps increasing and increasing. So it's definitely in your best interest to stack traits that go together. So leader skills with weapon skills, with specialty skills on your weapons. That is the best way to make the absolute most dominant team that you possibly can. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining us at Vegas Virality. This was Billy signing off. Thanks.
Alright guys, when we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to give away a brand new jumbo pillow pet to one of our lucky subscribers. And for our question of the day, we would like to know which weapon stats you like the most and which ones you plan on using for your team. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Leave a like and subscribe down below.
See you later.
Guys later.